So many moving parts to this story. Investigative reporter Amy Cutler's here. You've been covering this and looking into it for years now.
Both Phoenix PD and MCSO. So what does this say about the larger investigation at Phoenix PD and the reforms that they've already made down at the department?
Yeah, some big questions there. First off, we want to mention this DOJ report. We've reported on some issues with it. At points it was vague, so we want to point that out. But we also want to mention city leaders had admitted that changes at Phoenix PD were needed. So this is really more of a matter of a shift in the Trump administration and their focus rather than an out and out message on the report itself.
Yeah, because the police union put together this whole report saying in that 126 pages, 134 incidents, 97% of them were taken out of context. So time is one thing that it took the city to fight this and get tied up in court. The cost of it is another. Yeah,
exactly right. Sarah had mentioned $13.1 million.
Crazy.
That's just through December 2024. And we know that the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office has spent more than $300 million. So there's a lot of expense with all of this.
Is there any thought? I mean, I could see people at the Sheriff's Office wondering if they could be next. I mean, they've been under this consent decree down at the Sheriff's Office from the Arpaio days a decade ago.
Yeah, and that is a very good question. Unfortunately, they're two very different cases. When it comes to the Sheriff's Office, that case is further along. It's in front of a judge. You've got a plaintiff, that's the DOJ, but also the ACLU. And so because of that, while the DOJ could change its position on this, the ACLU is much less likely to do that. And so given that, the case doesn't appear to be going anywhere.
More complex, involving the parties, the different parties involved there.
Yeah, no kidding, because we just take a look at how many players have gone on with this. And there are still so many layers in this because with the 7 departments that Phoenix is a part of, those are the cases that were under investigation. But the Trump administration is also removing the consent decrees from departments that already said, yes, we'll follow along. You can welcome a monitor into our office. But that's so different from what's happening with MCSO.
Exactly. And this is just such a huge shift in policy here. You know, we spoke with some former DOJ attorneys who said, you know, this is really the meat of what the Civil Rights Division had done. And now it appears with this new administration, there's just a change and a shift of what they're focused on.
Amy Cutler, thank you.
And of course, you can follow up on some more background with the DOJ investigation into Phoenix Police and more reaction that's coming in from state and national leaders all right now on our news app and our website, azfamily.com. That's where you'll also find a full copy of the report. You can read it for yourself and the impact of today's decision on all those other police departments.